the first championship of a new century. And what better place than St Andrews on a slightly breezy, sunny day. Parade of champions, great champions from the past. Sadly, some of them not able to be with us, but we remember them with great fondness. Their skills and the way they played the game of golf. Memories. We all have our memories and we all imagine better days gone by. Were they really the good old days? I don't know. Things will go on and our children will look back and think, these are the good old days.
You are a kid. You are a good boy.
60-year-old kid.
Now you are a bad boy.
when you were 60, you thought everybody was an old fart.
That's right.
Now you're 60 and you say, God damn.
You're going to be 80.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait till he is 88.
Well, that's fine. I'm hoping they will. I look forward to it.
Memories like the corners of my mind. Misty watercolor memories of the way we were. Scattered pictures of the smiles we left behind. Smiles we gave to one another for the way we were. Ah, can it be that it was all so simple then? Or has time rewritten every line? And if we had the chance to do it all again, tell me, would we, could we? Memories may be beautiful and yet what's too painful to remember, we simply choose to forget. So with the laughter, we will remember. When I know we remember the way we were.
Great memories, great champions, and the most famous location in golf. The Old Course at St Andrews on the eve of the Millennium Open. Now, normally this is the end of a fairly routine final practice day, but this afternoon we've got tens of thousands of spectators lining the first and second holes. They're massed into the grandstands behind the 17th road hole and all along the length of the 18th for the Past Champions Challenge. They're here to see the likes of Sam Snead, Jack Nicklaus, Tom Watson, Seve Ballesteros playing in a four-hole team event on the 1st, the 2nd, the 17th and the 18th holes. 22 Open champions playing in 4 4-balls and 2 3-balls, and the first of those 3 balls is about to get underway. And the opening 3-ball is Paul Lawrie, defending champion. Tom Lehman, who won, of course, 4 years ago, and Tom Weiskopf, who won at Troon in 1973. And Tom, this has the feel of a really special occasion.
It's pretty exciting, especially when that song is played.
They love it around here. Tom, of course, the serious stuff starts for you and Paul tomorrow. Does this get in the way of things at all?
No, it's just thrilling to be a part of it. Look at the crowds and with the bagpipers and the drums and the excitement of the fans. This is a great event.
And Paul, this gets the adrenaline pumping just at the right time for you, doesn't it?
It certainly does, yeah, it's tremendous. Looking forward to the 4 holes, playing with these guys. It should be a lot of fun.
And a quick word about the injured wrist.
Yeah, it's fine, thank you. Yeah, I had some more ice this morning and I'll go again after we finish the 4 holes. There's no problem at all.
OK, right, Peter Dawson, Secretary of the R&A, is about to get things underway here on the Old Course.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to St Andrews, and on behalf of the Royal and Ancient Golf Club, a very special welcome to the Past Champions Challenge this afternoon on the eve of the 129th Open Championship. We are absolutely delighted to have so many great past champions joining us for our celebrations of the Millennium Open. Play this afternoon will be between 6 teams over 4 holes. The first, the second, the 17th and the 18th of the old course. At each hole, the team's best ball will count, and the team returning the lowest 4-hole score will receive a cheque for £40,000 made out to their favourite charities. In the event of a tie, the team with the highest average age will be declared the winners. As each team leaves the 18th green, the players will be presented with a commemorative silver plate with an inlay of the R&A Clubhouse and a certificate granting them the freedom of the links of St Andrews. In a moment, I'll be handing over to Steve Ryder of BBC Television. Before each starting time, Steve will announce the players, and Ivor Robson, who has acted as starter at the Open Championship for 25 years, will call the players to the tee. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a unique occasion. Thank you for being with us in paying this tribute to our great past champions and their magnificent achievements in the game of golf.
Thanks very much indeed, Peter, and let's get the Past Champions Challenge underway by welcoming onto the first tee the present champion. In the opening 3-ball is the man who took the title at Carnoustie in one of the most dramatic final days the championship has ever seen. The champion of 1999, Paul Lawrie. At Royal Lytham in 1996, a player who had threatened for a long time finally claimed his first major title. He set a 54-hole championship record on the way to eventually winning by 2 shots. Tom Lehman. We'll take you back to 1973 for the one major victory by one of the true artists of the game. He led right from the first day at Troon, the 1973 Open champion, Tom Weiskopf.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is team number 1 of the Past Champions Challenge. On the tee from USA, Tom Weiskopf.
Tom Weiskopf, he of the elegant swing, which still looks pretty good. Launches one down this famous wide fairway here at St Andrews.
On the tee from USA, Tom Lehman.
You can see the flags at the top. We've got a gusty wind, been between 20 and up to 30 miles an hour today, and although the sun has been out and it's been a brilliant day, the fairways are getting hard and fast and runny, and if it continues in this vein, we could have some fun and games here before close of play on Sunday night. Now Lehman, you might stop for the bit of paper. Yes. See that bounding on down the fairway. Nice position down the right
On tee from
side of the
Scotland,
fairway.
Paul Lawrie.
And the defending champion, Paul Lawrie. Well, that was a hoik away to the left. Now, I don't know whether that has anything to do with the little first tee nerves or the bad wrist, but it's scampering over there. And it may have reached out of bounds. The widest fairway almost in the world. So Mr. Laurie's wrist may not be quite as sound as he thought. Team picture. And then on. Sense the atmosphere building up for the start of the championship tomorrow. Begins at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. And match number 1 you've just seen driving off, and number 2. 2 3-balls and the rest in 4 balls. Roberto Di Vicenzo, winner in 1967, Jack Nicklaus and Tom Watson.
Behind you to watch you down the line, you just went woof. Luckily I had my watch on and he nailed my watch and my watch came off. But he hit me on the way down too. He hit me twice, hit me on the way up and the way down. Good guy. Amazing. Yeah, he just went. Oh.
Match number 3, the mighty Australian Peter Thompson, Mark O'Meara, Sandy Lyon and Mark Calcavecchia. And what a splendid 4-ball that is. Just playing down the first and the second, and then they're turning and coming back into the wind, the 17th and the 18th. Match 4. Bob Charles, well, we saw that, Bob Charles, Bill Rogers, Nick Price. Match 5, Sam Snead. What a great thing that we've got Sam, 88 years of age. Nick Faldo, Ian Baker Finch and Justin Leonard. And then Player, Trevino, Jacqueline and Seve. On Watts, Tom Weiskopf and
I think we only moved about 100.
Paul Lawrie just chatting their way down the first fairway.
Really? Which is nothing.
No.
Really.
And what memories the sight of Tom Weiskopf brings back to us.
I remember one time.
Taking their umbrellas down so that everybody can see.
I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way.
We're left with just one putt by Tom Weiskopf to see not whether he wins, but by how much. Well done, everybody's daddy gets it in. 276, Tom Weiskopf from the United States.
They don't make trousers like that anymore. Let's go back to the first tee and Steve.
And what a second 3-ball, Jack Nicklaus, Tom Watson, and welcome back to St Andrews, Roberto Di Vicenzo. How is the golf game these days, sir?
Well, thank you very much. Very happy to be here. I play golf for a long time. I never see so many people like we have today here.
Absolutely. It is a wonderful scene down that first hole, isn't it, Tom?
It is. It's magnificent. It's something that I'll always remember. One of the great things about playing at St Andrews is that when you stand on this first tee here, you've been here since the inception of golf almost, and you tee off in the same tee that all the great players have teed off, and I'm grateful for the fact I can tee off one more time from it.
And you love an occasion like this, I know, Jack, but you're here for the serious business of tomorrow. How is the fitness? A bit of a foot problem?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just, you know, nice to be here. It's a nice day. We've had nice weather this week. The wind's starting to blow, which means that the tournament must be coming on tomorrow.
Any plans for the road hole, Tom?
The plans for the road hole is playing right downwind today.
Right in your range. Enjoy the afternoon. Thanks very much. You're off next.
Thank you.
Right there, Luke.
Tom Weiskopf now about to play his second shot over the Swilcan burn, coming in from left to right. And you do get an idea of the wind as that ball swings across and then bounds on, because the greens are very firm. Indeed, the whole course is very wide and very quick running.
The ball flag wasn't there.
Okay, left-handed shot, that's fine.
I can hit the ball,
So
sorry.
you can mark the ball, please.
Now the defending champion has started off in fine fashion. I think he's put the ball in somebody's hat. This must be one of the widest fairways in golf. It's about 100 yards across. I think he's stayed in bounds. And I think it's a blessing that it's the best ball that's going to count of these three. Julian Tutt is down there.
Within one club length, there somewhere.
The problem was the ball actually finished inside a plastic bag, which stopped it going out of bounds. And Paul Lawrie is saying, well, that's okay, I can drop it if I play the shot left-handed. And I think he's rather got away with it here, because it's now rolled less than 2 club lengths away, and he can play it right-handed.
Yes, we were quite concerned when his hand came off the driver and that injury. He was giving a tuition to young children as one of the charitable works he was doing, and a youngster swung down and struck the watch on his left wrist, which in a sense was unfortunate for the watch, fortunate for Paul, because after a bit of cooling treatment it looks as though he's going to be all right, other than that tee shot he just hit. That slow, deliberate rhythm. You're really traveling along the line there of the Swilcan. 153 yards he had to the flag, so he's well past, safe on the green, but none of this team threatening a birdie at the moment. Remember, it's the best ball that counts of the 3 in this first 2 matches, or the 4 in the other. And just 90 yards for Tom Lehman, directly at the flag, and that's better. And that pin's just 13 yards on the green, just over the burn. Very difficult to judge, but he has the best chance of the 3 of a birdie. Peter, a very interesting format, isn't it?
Yes, I think it's just celebrating the beginning of a new century, although some people say there's still one more year to go before we hit the new century. But whether you call this the last of last century or the first of the new century, it's a very special occasion, this glorious setting. And the wind is getting up a little bit, and the forecast over the next 4 days is a mixed bag. Hopefully no great rainstorms, and I think we're in for a very interesting championship. To see the parade of past champions go by is something very special for the massed spectators here at the Old Course.
Every one of the teams has its average age worked out. This one being one of the youngest at 43, and the oldest is the one which will be going to the tee very shortly at 62.33, match 2. Vincenzo, Nicklaus and Tom Watson, and they are the oldest. So if there is a tie, the oldest group would win. And there's the great scene. This is the grandstand, which is right behind the 18th green, and you can just look over there around the sort of front bay windows of the wonderful clubhouse, and up we go to the green. Now then, how firm is that? That gives you an idea of the speed of the greens, even though he was putting back into the wind. Tom Weiskopf, now he designed Loch Lomond, where we all enjoyed watching the golf last week, but we're quickly going back to that second match to Steve Ryder at the first tee.
And our second 3-ball, ladies and gentlemen, standing by on the first tee. This player, who was runner-up in 1950, went on to win the title 17 years later at Royal Liverpool. He was back at Hoylake this past weekend, but today he's back at St Andrews. Roberto Di Vincenzo. Please welcome the man who first arrived as champion at Carnoustie in 1975, his first appearance in the Open Championship. He won an epic encounter at Turnberry in 1977 before further wins at Muirfield in 1980, Troon in 82 and Birkdale in 1983. He's come close here at St Andrews as well. 5 times champion, Tom Watson. And completing this second 3-ball, well, he won at Muirfield in 1966 to complete a Grand Slam of major titles. He beat Doug Sanders in a playoff here to win again in 1970. And he won again at St Andrews in 1978 to underline his position as the greatest champion the game has ever seen. Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Nicklaus.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is team number 2. On a tee from Argentina, Roberto Di Vincenzo.
Here is a man who I played quite a lot of golf with years ago, a wonderful sense of humor, and he was really one of the first elegant big hitters. 3/4 backswing, and he just used to crack it, a wonderful pair of hands. Let's see how it looks at age 78. Not too bad.
Good.
Looking left a little. No, beautifully done.
On a tee from USA, Tom Watson.
Tom just over 50 years of age and still swinging long and lithe. Really bounding down the fairway. That swing hasn't changed much over the years. Steady, Tom.
From USA, Jack Nicklaus.
And then the greatest of them all. But for how long, I wonder? Well, the young wizard Woods move into his shoes over the next 20 years or so. You see, there's the luck of the draw. Just probably landed in a little, maybe a sandy divot, or a little upslope. That ball didn't run 5 or 6 yards. Watson's ran 80. Team photo before they set off again. And off they go. What golfing memories between them. Who will ever forget the 1997 championship at Turnberry and the jewel in the sun?
When you're down and troubled and you need a helping hand and nothing, oh, nothing is going right. You just call
Elementary, my dear Watson.
and you know wherever I am, I'll come running. Oh yeah, babe, see you again.
Can't be, can it? What about that then?
Winter, spring, summer, or fall. Now all you got to do is call. and I'll be there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You've got a friend.
We're going to name our charity?
Yes.
Do we really? We'll play hard.
And just crossing Granny Clark's Wind there.
That's right.
And beautiful tee shot from Watson, which actually traveled 279 yards, just stopping short of the Swilcan burn. But that's the way it's going to be on this hole this week.
Fast running and up ahead. Lehman for a 3 for his team, and he's made a wonderful start. So team number 1 birdie the first hole. The Whippersnappers, average age 43. Go back to the first tee, Steve, with the third match.
Third match is Mark Alcavecchia, Sandy Lyle, Mark O'Meara, and 5 times champion Peter Thompson. Now, what do you make of this occasion, Peter?
Well, I'll be pleased when it's over, frankly. This is rather an ordeal for us to be playing with these young fellas, but it's a great honour and a great pleasure.
How much golf are you playing at the moment, and how well are you playing?
Well, when my wife allows me, a couple of times a week.
Mark, do you feel the Open Championship needs a bit of extra ceremonial like this? It's great fun, isn't it?
It is great fun. I think that everybody realizes how special this championship is, and you know, for the fans to come out and support these great players and see them play in this type of element is wonderful. So we're just excited about being here.
And Sandy Lyle, these are your fans.
Well, my fans, are they? There's a lot of them here. I'm sure there is, yes. But it's, as I said, as Mark says, it's just all those people here today. I mean, it just tells you that it is a little special. Yeah. And because another 1,000 years, whatever ever happens again.
Yeah. And Mark Alcavecchia, well, a 4-hole playoff, it should suit you down to the ground, shouldn't it?
I've been through one of these before. I do remember it well. But this is a great occasion, and it's just I'm thrilled to be here.
Well, it's not quite the same pressure today. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Now up ahead on the fairway, Roberto De Vicenzo, and a 4-iron, 155 yards to go, but he has to cross the Swilcan. Well, they've all been enthusing about this man's hand action. I don't think he's given it quite enough, or not enough club, and that one is in the water. Well, he's getting on for 78 years of age, and he's still not stopped competing. But then they didn't get where they were if they didn't give it everything, absolutely everything. Now, right from the center of the fairway, a 5-iron for Jack Nicklaus, 146 yards. So that gives you an idea of the wind strength. That looks a very good strike to me. Nicely done, safely on the green. Remember, it's only one score to count. It's the best ball. Jack Nicklaus, 1978 when he won, and that was the first year that I happened to be in the commentary team for BBC. That brings back a few memories. And right away up there, the very left of the fairway, almost by the bridge over the from the 18th, is Tom Watson. 8-iron from 125 yards. And right over the flag. That's a beautiful shot. That's a very good shot there.
Second hole, second shot for Paul Lawrie. His team birdied the first hole. Oh, and that could be very good if it doesn't just run on too far. Oh, that's a beauty from Paul Lawrie.
You can see the Swilcan burn is only just a few yards in front of the flag. That always makes it very difficult here, and it's also dependent on the wind. The first hole is only 376 yards. It should be seen as one of the easy holes of golf. It's not. Now Roberto has taken a penalty drop, so this is his 4th shot. Delicately played, a beautiful shot. Well, I don't think that this, of course, will be the figure that will go on the scorecard, but he wants to finish the hole anyway. When he won his championship, I'll never forget the fact that he would not go out and practice. The wind was so strong he didn't want to damage his swing. He stayed there by the clubhouse at Hoy Lake and just practiced putting. He says the rest are having their swings blown about, and he must have been right, because he went on to win. Now we go back to the first tee, and that for the third match.
The first of our 4 balls will be getting underway in the next couple of minutes. Let me introduce them. Now, only 2 players have won the Open Championship 5 times in the modern era, and this man was the first. Royal Birkdale 1954, St Andrews 1955, Royal Liverpool 1956, Royal Lytham 1958, and Royal Birkdale again in 1965. The 5 championships of Peter Thomson. In 1998, this champion had won the US Masters, his first major title, and just 3 months later, he was at Royal Birkdale to take the Open title after another 4-hole playoff. 1998, a great year in the career of Mark O'Meara. After a gap of 16 years, this player gave British golf a much-needed Open champion. His win at Royal St George's 1985 prompted a whole new era of success in the British game. Ladies and gentlemen, Sandy Lyle. Royal Troon 1989, the first ever 4-hole playoff in Open history, was won by a man who's been a constant strong performer in the Open Championship. The 1989 winner, Mark Calcavecchia.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is team number 3. On a tee from Australia, Peter Thomson.
Well, here's someone who I've been friends with. Well, we've been together almost all our lives. And I wonder how this simple swing looks at 70. Well, a little bit iffy, but it's gone down there. And it's sweetly down the middle of the fairway. And it's running and still going well for the old master.
On the tee from USA, Mark O'Meara.
That simple, elegant swing of O'Meara.
Yes, Sandy. Sandy. On the tee from Scotland, Sandy Lyle.
Different.
On tee from USA, Mark Calcavecchia.
Just one more photo for the archives, and then we'll move on. A very interesting prelude to tomorrow's championship, which gets underway at 7 o'clock in the morning. And if we have as much wind tomorrow morning as we do now, promise to be an interesting day.
Now up to the green, Jack Nicklaus, a putt for a 3. And that is a pretty good putt at that range. Already, of course, the first match has 1 under par with their birdie 3, which was scored by Tom Lehman. Jack finishing off for a 4. Well, it would appear that Tom Watson also got his 4, so 4 on that team.
Weiskopf at the second for a par. Paul Lawrie put a good shot in there, but I don't think he managed to follow up with a good putt. So team number 1 are 1 under after 2 holes. Let's go back to the first tee and join Steve Ryder.
Line with the next 4 ball, which is John Daly, Nick Price, Bill Rogers and Bob Charles as well. Welcome back, and seriously prepared for the next 4 days as well, I'm sure.
Well, I don't know about that, but I've had 3 practice rounds out there, which is more practice rounds than I've played all year, I think. We don't normally play practice rounds on the senior tour. It's normally 2 pro-ams and away you go, but that's the old course for you. You just love to get out there on the old course links, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Just keep learning. Now, Bill Rogers, winner at Royal St George's in 1981. What's your chief memory of that Open Championship victory?
Well, I guess the stroll up the 18th fairway, trying to make my way through the crowd. I about lost everything I owned trying to bust through, but that was a highlight. You know, being received by the wonderful fans in England and the golf fans as a whole. It was a memory I'll never forget.
It might just be a similar experience this afternoon. Yeah. And Nick Price, this is fun, isn't it?
It doesn't get much better than this, Steve. The dinner we had last night, past champions dinner, was very special, and there were some great stories told, particularly from Sam and Jack. Jack spoke very well last night, and it's just I feel very privileged to be part of it and honoured. And today's going to be a lot of fun. I haven't played with Bob for a long time, and Bill's been in retirement in Texas, so
it'll show. It'll show, I promise.
We're going to have some fun today.
Now, a particular welcome back, of course, to the 1995 winner here at St Andrews, John Daly. How important a week has this become for you, John?
It's always important. A major's always important, but it's more of a special week for me. Sort of being the defending champion here, but I've always loved St Andrews. It's like I've told the press all week. I feel like I won the golf tournament. I didn't even play last week. I feel like I won a tournament last week because when I get here, I don't know. There's just something about it. I just feel really good, and so hopefully some confidence will come out of it.
What's going to be your approach to these 4 holes? Go for everything?
Why not? We got to force them. The other teams had threesomes. We got foursomes, so we got a better chance.
Team tactics are good. Play well.
Thank you.
Well, there's Peter Thompson, who of course is one of the greatest iron players, the greatest linksland player with 5 championships. And let's have a look at how he used to do that.
BBC One. We're now going over to Royal Birkdale to see recorded highlights of the Open Golf Championship introduced by Kenneth Wolstenholme.
Peter Thompson of Australia has won the British Open Championship for the 5th time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was the Manfreds.
He's won it here before. He knows it can be done.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, what a magnificent shot at a moment like that.
Let's just see how This swing has stood the test of time. A 4-iron right into the breeze, 141 yards. Doesn't seem to have changed a lot. Is it as accurate? That's not too bad, is it? You have to accept, of course, at that range that the ball will bounce on up the green. Peter Thompson, who has a home here in this wonderful old town, well, he's got that safely on the ground. Now here's Sandy Lyle of Scotland. Slightly longer tee shot. Now watch this hesitation at the top of the backswing. He has a deliberate stop when he uses a driver. And he's safely on the green, but it's birdies they want, there's no question about that. You're not going to win this with level par. They play the first 2 holes and then the last 2. Another one straight over there, all in a nice straight line there. Mark Calcavecchia. He won at Royal Troon, and that was a very exciting event there when he had to play off. Now Mark O'Meara, right smack in the middle of the fairway. Is he going to make the straight line? I don't think we've seen anything as straight as that. A 9-iron, just 103 yards.
106.
I think the little divot that was in was one of those he made yesterday in his practice round. But they're all safely on the green, so out of the 4, one of them just might hold it.
Up ahead, Tom Watson. 181 to go. That's fading away down the slope. Didn't go too far. Just an interesting breeze blowing this evening. New buildings on the left-hand side. So much has been going on here as Lawrie comes out of the rough. Now, this isn't the sort of thing you want to be trying to bash out with a bad wrist, but played it very smoothly and sensibly, pushing it down the fairway and trying to run it up just a little bit short, just on the front edge.
Looks as if Sandy Lyle's going to have the first crack at getting the birdie on this opening hole. It's a pretty straight putt from there, down into a valley first, then up out of the other side. Now he allowed quite a break there. Well, the 4th match is getting ready to go. We'll go back to Steve Ryder at the tee.
We go on to match 4, ladies and gentlemen. The champion of 1963 at Royal Lytham, beating Phil Rogers in a 36-hole playoff, and still very much a competitor to be reckoned with. From New Zealand, please welcome Bob Charles. Royal St George's, 1981, and this man played the best golf of his life to take a 5-shot lead into the final round and win on a links course at his first attempt. The 1981 champion, Bill Rogers.
Thank you.
Here's another player who came agonizingly close to the Open title before making the breakthrough at Turnberry in 1994, and the USPGA title would follow just a few weeks later. The spectacular eagle at the 17th helped set up the 1994 victory for Nick Price. Now Now, the last man to win an Open Championship here at St Andrews. In 1995, Costantino Rocca's outrageous shot at 18 merely inspired our champion to produce similar feats in the playoff that followed. Welcome back to St Andrews, John Daly.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, this is team number 4. On the tee from New Zealand, Bob Charles.
Bob Charles, one of the very few left-handed players to reach the highest pinnacle of the game by winning one of the major championships, and still swinging almost exactly the same as he did all those years ago. He never had a long backswing, very straight, and of course had the reputation of being the world's most magical putter for
On the tee from
years.
USA, Bill Rogers.
Nice to see Bill back again. He had a great couple of years and then decided that his temperament wasn't suited to being in the limelight all the time, and retired to his home club, Texarkana, Texas, where he lives very happily indeed. Difficult.
On the tee from Zimbabwe, Nick Price.
Nick Price, who's been playing some very good golf of late in the United States and could well be a strong challenger here this week. One of the straightest of hitters.
On the tee from USA, John Daly.
You know, if John had the big driver out, he might hop the bird. Maybe an iron there. Yes. You can give it a bit of a cloud with that, though, I can tell you. Just landed in the face of the bank, just killed it, and that's fine. A scene that hasn't changed actually for centuries. The same look of grass, because it's different when all the bits and pieces have been taken away, but it's a truly amazing place.
Jack Nicklaus has this at the second for a par. Oh dear. Well, you've got to leave it to one or the other sometime, sooner or later, when you're playing in the best ball.
It's your son kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
How much is he?
He's 13. Actually, pretty close to 14.
He's almost taller than Ronnie already.
He's taller than my caddy.
17th hole now, Paul Lawrie. Third shot. Well, wind helping considerably on this hole today, and that's racing up the green. I didn't think that was going to make it. Now it's 10, 12 feet past. Oh, John Daly. Was it really 5 years ago? But who will ever forget Costantino Rocca?
Apparently some lady started it. It's been going.
Now look out, Daly's going for it. Over the top. Look at this.
Champion golfer for the year and the winner of the gold medal with a score of 282, John Daly.
Great moments. Great moments. Well, that was the last time the championship was here, and I wonder what scenes we're going to see come Sunday night. Back to the first.
What a four ball. Sam Snead, Ian Baker-Finch, Justin Leonard and Nick Faldo. They'll be next off. And Nick, tell us a little bit about the friendship that you formed with Sam over the last few months.
Well, I went to Greenbrier about 2 months ago because Sam very kindly invited me up there, and I managed to weasel a few little secrets out of him, which was good. Actually, I wore him out. I got him out there hitting golf balls, and he's the only guy who wears a cashmere when it's about 85. So it was a great experience, and obviously we're all great fans of his tempo. That was Sam's key and his strength. So we're all trying to obviously emulate that a little bit.
We'll enjoy seeing it once again today, Sam. And talking about wearing cashmere in 85 degrees, formally attired, Justin Leonard, well done on that.
Thank you very much.
How much are you looking forward to the next couple of hours?
This is going to be wonderful. I mean, to play with players that I've looked up to for a long time, and
it's because we're taller than you.
It always will be, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
And Ian Baker-Finch, few nerves out there, it seems, on the first tee.
I noticed a few. You guys will have to stop talking about me, snap hooking it out of bounds, and talk about Tom Weiskopf and a few others.
Yeah.
But
your place in history is under threat, I tell you.
Well, the wind was blowing a lot harder when I did it. I'm looking forward to today. I'm not nervous at all. I'm going to really enjoy myself and have a great time.
And Sam Snead, welcome, sir, to St Andrews. You were determined to be here this afternoon. How much are you enjoying things?
I say I'm going to ride these guys, one to the other.
I'm sure you are. We're looking forward to seeing that wonderful swing again. Sam, thanks very much, and play well. Play well.
Bill Rogers, of course, with a rather long second shot, as you can see. He's not hit a very powerful tee shot. Remember when he won that championship at Sandwich, he'd come from finishing third in the United States Open, and strangely enough it encouraged me to put a bet on him, and I did rather well out of it, and said a young German Langer would do well too each way I went with him, and he was second, so that was a good week. A club professional. Let's see how he handles the second shot, and that's pretty good. Pretty good indeed. Just about 8 paces past. Well done, and I think he's absolutely delighted. Now, John Daly from the centre of the fairway. A 7-iron and 150. That'll give you an idea if anybody thinks there's no wind at St Andrews today. That's a good shot. Judged it beautifully for distance. Got a tremendous round of applause he did as he left that first tee. Everybody wants to will John Daly on in his career. Bob Charles. It's Bill Rogers he played against in a playoff at Royal Lytham and St Anne's. Phil Rogers, I do beg your pardon, it's Bill Rogers he's with today, but it was Phil Rogers in the playoff at Lytham. That might splash. No, he didn't. No, he seemed annoyed with it, but there was no reason why.
Not very pretty. Wow.
Amazing the crowds that have turned out here. It really is. It's just like almost a final day of the championship. And I think the personalities going off. It's all much more important than the golf itself. That's a bit of fun. I know there's £40,000 at stake, but that's for charity too. And they'll all want to help that cause. Now here's Price, one of the finest iron players in the business. Short, sharp swing. He's not sure.
Get back there.
Caddy was. A magnificent shot. So an opportunity for a birdie. So far there's only been one birdie scored out there of the golfers that have started.
th hole, Jack Nicklaus, second shot. Just punching it out. Wind helping, ground firm. Oh, could be heading towards the... Oh, he's got away with it, and that's coming up quite beautifully. Are we going to see a birdie at the 17th? Those are rare birds indeed. With our new toy, our new camera, Jimmy Jack, with wonderful pictures, unique pictures, the old bridge, looking up to the clubhouse. Away in the distance, the crowds gather. There'll be a few with red faces tomorrow and a few with red limbs. Steve, over to you.
Heading our next 4-ball, ladies and gentlemen, 3 times US Masters champion and 3 times Open champion. He took the title first of all at Muirfield in 1987. He won again at Muirfield in 1992, but in between came a dominant victory in 1990 here on the Old Course at St Andrews. The most successful British player of the modern era, Nick Faldo. Our next champion first came to attention for his strong challenge here at St Andrews in 1984. But in 1991, he won at Royal Birkdale with one of the best final rounds in Open Championship history. A popular champion, Ian Baker Finch. Royal Troon, 1997, another tense final day until this man's strong, competitive finish. Claimed the title by 2 shots. He was another close challenger, of course, last year as well. But the 1997 champion, Justin Leonard. Now, please welcome a man who came to St Andrews for the first time in 1946 and duly won the Open Championship. The first major title in one of golf's greatest careers. Please welcome once again to St Andrews, 88 years old, Slammin' Sam, Sam Snead.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is team number 5. On the tee from USA, Sam Snead.
Well, they're putting Sam into bat. Yes, nipped it away, as sweet as a nut.
Well done.
Eyesight's failing a bit, doesn't hear too well, and a few other bits and pieces that aren't firing on all cylinders, but he's still marvellous. Now Nick Faldo. Showing us some good form of late.
On the tee from Australia, Ian Baker Finch.
Ian now working with the ABC Sports Network in the United States and all around the world. No, he's done that on purpose.
On Team from USA, Justin Leonard.
Well, Jerry Pate's joined us in the box. Jerry, some great names here in this fascinating evening of just 4-hole golf.
Well, we just saw one of the greatest, Peter, with Sam Snead, and I don't think there's ever been a golf swing more revered, especially in the U.S., than this great man of 88 years old. He has the strength, he has the tempo, and he certainly had the form. A swing still at 88 years old. You heard Nick Faldo say that he'd like to learn more about Sam Snead.
But a wicked sense of humor too.
Out at the second now. Let's see Peter Thompson for a birdie. Oh.
Happy days are here again. Things haven't changed much, Alex.
Jack Nicklaus, who hit the beautiful shot, and now just having a little joke with the Vicenzo. Now this at the 17th. What a 3 this would be. That's a beautiful putt. Well, there you are. He's made a 3. They had a bogey at the second hole, so this team 2 is level par. Level par after 3. 1 to go. Team 1 is 1 under par.
Paul Lawrie, his second shot at the 18th, coming up almost level with the flag. In fact, was level with the flag, and that's the way to get close. And the wind's blowing, and that's what it very nearly went in the hole for a 2. Weiskopf, Lawrie and Lehman, 1 under. And that's the best they can do on these the first 2 and the last 2 holes here on the old course. That 3 of Nicklaus is there. My word, he could sell that a few times during the week. That would come in handy.
Well, Peter, they always talked about Jack's great drives, his length, and his wonderful 1-irons, but I don't think there's anyone that ever putted better under pressure than Jack Nicklaus.
I agree, particularly for sort of 12 feet in, sort of between 4 and 10 feet. The green is reachable today. That's why they're waiting, with the wind helping and the ground firm.
We'll have a look at the green, and here is Tom Lehman, who made the only birdie on the outward half. I say that, there are only 2 holes going out, and he's finished with another birdie. So team 1, birdie, birdie, par, par, birdie, 2 under par for the first team round, and that really is establishing a pretty hot pace. Tom Weiskopf, Tom Lehman, and the Open champion, current Open champion, Paul Lawrie. Now, is he going to give the ball? He must. Yes, they're waiting for it. At least that
wrist
nice
is okay. Souvenir. And back on the tee, Tom Watson, but who will ever forget the great drive of Nicklaus here all those years ago when he won the championship?
Well, he's taken his sweater off, so that's presumably so he can open his shoulders a bit more. Here it comes, and he's made it. He's made it. He's going through the green. Oh, he's got it. He's got it. And Nicklaus wins the Open and denies Sanders the chance of the putt on the final green. And you won't ever get a more dramatic finish than that.
The voice of Harry Carpenter as Watson drives. Now he should, if he gets a good one, be able to reach. A good kick.
It will.
It will, he said. It will, it will. But it didn't. It landed just a little bit soft. But that's a fine line up the right if you dare. Well, I wonder if Jack's going to take his shirt off and show us his string vest. No, he's not on this thing. Fancy's going to try and chase it up the right-hand side here and get a bounce in, but he's got to be careful. Hit it at the clock, sir. Hit it at the clock. Oh. Oh, he didn't hit it at the clock, and look out on the right, and that's in Gordon Begg's garden, unless it bounces back. It's careering up the road. Oh, Jack. And birdie at the 17th went to his head.
Peter, that's known as a souvenir is what it is.
Well, I never do. I never hit it over there.
All his balls have Jack on the side, and that would be quite a find today.
He's determined to drive the green. He's very nearly got there, but that's 3 off the tee for Jack.
Just a group photograph. Okay, come on. Okay.
You signed 9 million of them. We don't have one. Roberto, let's do that.
Yeah, come on, por favor.
Come on, Roberto.
No, you go there.
Right here.
Which way?
This way. Right here. Let's see it.
Get down, old fella. Do I come here often? There's 3 great names there. Watson, Nicklaus, to the centre.
They get him.
Okay, thank you.
Back to the first and Steve Ryder.
Bit of history and emotion down there on the Swilcombe Bridge, and here's a peaceful little 4-ball. Lee Trevino, Seve Ballesteros, Tony Jacklin and Gary Player. Who's been going to be doing all the talking here this afternoon?
Well, we'll give you 3 guesses, and the only 3 of us here on this side. But this, you know, this is a fantastic afternoon. It's something incredible. And Lee actually was one of the players who thought about this and suggested this to the RNA.
Yeah.
There must be 50, 60,000 people here at the home of golf.
Yeah, we've just seen Sam Snead go down the first. They're wonderful scenes, Tony.
Marvellous. I came over with him. I brought him over from Dulles, Washington, and we played an exhibition on Sunday in Hoylake, and he's marvellous. I mean, he regales us with all his stories of days gone by. He can remember like it was yesterday, 50, 60 years ago, and it was a fantastic experience, and as Gary said, so is this. I feel privileged to be part of it.
And how important is it to you to be on the same side as Lee Trevino now?
Well, that's not very important. But, no, you know, Lee and I have had some great times over the years, some great matches, and he's going to play in the championship this week. I don't feel up to it. I look back. I have fond memories, believe it or not, of those matches. They were great times for me, for both of us, and I'm just looking forward to these. I hope I can get through these 4 holes today and maybe chip in or do something silly like he used to do.
You will, don't worry. Seve, today really just adds to all your marvellous memories around the old course, doesn't it?
Obviously, coming back to St Andrews is a fantastic feeling, and I have great memories and play in this special tournament and play with these 3 great champions is something very special. I'm very proud to be here.
And Lee, your support for this event has been so important, and this is a bit of a dream realised for you, isn't it?
It was just a dream to come back to this old course and to play it again. I brought my 7-year-old son with me so he could see it. Hopefully I'm still alive for the next one when they have it here. It won't play, but I'll certainly come back. But Hugh Campbell and I were playing in Hawaii, and we were trying to think of something that would be extra special for the year 2000 here at the old course. And I said, you know, you got to invite all the past champions. We'd have the dinner, have all the ceremonies, play a 4 or a 6-hole. We wanted a 6-hole tournament, but I figured that it would be dark before these old guys would finish. So we changed it to 4. But isn't this marvellous? I mean, it's so wonderful, the fans that we have here in Scotland. And I mean, I don't know how many's out there, but I need to sell peanuts in the stands. I can make some money, yes.
There's a great reception here at the moment on 18, but Lee, Seve, Tony, Gary, have a great afternoon.
Never short of a word as we head out across to the 18th. This beautiful arena, the most famous piece of golfing ground anywhere in the world, the first and the 18th. Now Tom Watson, with all of his experience, has chosen to putt through the Valley of Sin. And is it going to make it up? Tiger Woods, I thought his comment the other day, yesterday, was quite interesting, that the fairways are faster than the greens here. And such has been the weather, been fantastic summer's weather.
Sam Snead's third shot, little pitch to the first. Just a little bit strong, a little bit of an easy bob there. Sam with his own personal chauffeur.
Shadows are beginning to lengthen. We've only just started this tournament and we're just about beginning to finish it. It's remarkable. 2 holes out, 2 holes back in. Now there's Jack Nicklaus, who's up on the green, and the ball coming in from the left is Roberto. Oh, and he hit the hole. Roberto de Vicenzo, way on the left-hand side. What a wonderful man.
Justin Leonard at the first with this 10-footer for a par 4. Bit of a struggle here for the boys. Need Faldo. Baker Finch went out of bounds. Justin's just taken 5. So it'll be all down to Nick, I fancy. And Faldo has got a missable putt for a par.
Huge expanse of putting green here at the 18th. Tom Watson for a birdie. They're level par at the moment. Not to disappoint the galleries.
Alex, I had the pleasure of playing with him when he won at Muirfield in '80, and he shot 65 on Saturday in a very, very bad day. And I think that 65 might have been better than the 2 65s he shot at Turnberry. And what a great champion Tom Watson. 5 times he won this great championship.
Yeah, well, Jack Nicklaus has gone on and holed out, and Roberto has a chance. Jack putted out because he wanted to complete the round. He didn't have to. And a very nice par there for Vicenzo. What a great player.
As that great 3-ball finishes on the 18th, our final 4-ball of the afternoon is just getting set to go. Headed by one of the great stalwarts of the Open Championship. This week he'll be playing in his 45th Open. He's an Open champion across 3 decades. Muirfield 1959, Carnoustie 1968, and Royal Lytham in 1974. Grand Slam winner and one of the most popular players in Open history, Gary Player. At Royal Lytham in 1969, an 18-year wait for an Open champion from Britain was finally ended. He led home 3 former champions to become a national hero. Tony Jacklin. And a man who stalked Tony Jacklin through at least one Open championship and he's doing the same today. He won at Royal Birkdale in 1971, then he won at Muirfield in 1972 with some audacious shot making over the last 5 holes. Welcome, Lee Trevino.
Hey, thank you.
And last, but by no means least, he captured the imagination at Birkdale in 1976. He captured the title at Lytham in 1979. And there came the victory here at St Andrews in 1984, the winning putt and the famous celebration of Severiano Ballesteros.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final team of the afternoon. On the tee from South Africa, Gary Player.
Well, I think everything's been said and written about this man over the centuries he's been playing the game, and he really is truly remarkable. Still as keen as mustard, loving every minute of it.
Yep.
And there he is, another cracker down the middle.
On the tee from USA, Lee Trevino.
This man, one of the greatest shot makers it's ever been my privilege to see and play with and watch. Ooh, that got a nice bounce, didn't it? That's the luck of the draw when you're looking for a long one.
On the tee from England, Tony Jacklin.
There'll be a few butterflies about at the moment.
Good. Good. On tee from Spain, Severiano Ballesteros.
Wouldn't it be wonderful certainly for European golf, if Sevi had a magical return to form this week? It really has been in the most awful doldrums over the last 2 or 3 seasons. Who knows? So the final ones are away. And that's how they stand. First match in at 2 under. They're leading. And after just 1 hole, Snead, Faldo, Baker, Finch and Len, they managed to par the first. Bit of a struggle, but Faldo was there, steadfast as ever. And Thompson, Lyle, and Mirakauka, that's a surprise. 1 over, playing the 18th.
Now Sandy Lyle, he has all the power he used to have. Now can he reach it? Bounding away to the left and through the green and into the little bit of rough at the back.
Well, Sandy Lyle hit a cracking drive there. Do you remember him? 1985 to come through when all seemed lost.
We could be
think the same thing is looking for a British winner to win Wimbledon. There'll be other records broken, I think, in time to come, but I was the first.
And there he is. He was the first home winner since Tony Jacklin managed to do it, Royal Lytham and St Anne's in '69.
Now Sam Snead just teeing up at the second, and I noticed that Nick Fowler at the first was asking the starter if he could tee up for Sam, but Sam wouldn't have it, would have nothing to do with it. Watch the wonderful fluidity even at this age. Timing there through the shot, little kick of the right knee, didn't want to come until later, but I'm not sure where it's finished, but he sent it from his end, it was okay. What an amazing afternoon this is, Peter, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and you see where Sandy Lyle's driven his tee shot here at the 18th. It's almost where Jack Nicklaus was all those years ago when he played Doug Sanders here, and it doesn't look to be lying too badly. And Sandy still has maintained this enormous power with a little three-quarter swing. He still hits it miles and miles and miles. At first it's Kaukoväki coming up out of the Valley of Sin. Up the hill.
Sam Snead's third shot here on the second hole, 130. Didn't quite get hold of that, but he was trying to hit it below the wind and failed, but great to see him out here.
Sandy Lyle just hands forward, chipping it down the 18th, and you'll see the break now. It starts moving in towards the flag, and that's a fine little pitch from Sandy. Team 3 is level par.
Back to the first, Sevy's second shot. Just over 130 yards. A bold one. Our player.
Bucky, I tried to hit a little easier 7.
Well, he lent into it and drove it. Too much.
They're on the green, Dave. I couldn't see it.
Down to the 18th, isn't it amazing, the camera angle? The length of Sandy Lyle's putt looked about 2 feet away, and in it goes, and that's a very good birdie 3.
Alex, I think Sandy was one of the most under-recognized gentlemen in the game. I think people recognize great golfers as gentlemen by their records of wins, but this gentleman right here is one of the nicest people I've ever played golf and been around.
I'm sure many people would agree with you there, Jerry, and many people would like to see him returning to good form here at St Andrews. Down to the 18th tee. Bob Charles it is who will lead the way. This was match number 4. Charles, Rogers, Price and Daly. Well, I think John can knock it up here with about a 3-iron today. There's half a dozen really good left-handed players about at the moment. Good shot from Bob. Wow, look at the run on that. Look at that. Good drive, sir. Bill Rogers. Then, of course, it rolls St George's. And that's got a good skip and a jump, too. I just killed it a little bit on a little bank back there, but that's not too far short. Trouble with this course, if you get the wind behind you on some holes, you know it's going to be against you on others. Now Price, good smack from him and a good bounce, he can do it. Into the valley, will it come? No, it's rolling along the side there and down into the bottom. There she goes. Oh, Big John's now. This could end up in the town hall.
You heard him say that has to get down.
Up onto the first tee, just alongside the first tee. I think he choked down on that, just didn't give that full power.
Well, a cold castle, Nick. Yeah. Gentlemen, could I ask you, as you get to the top of the bridge, just 30 seconds to sit down on the
Well, Peter, John Daly is tremendously talented and big-hearted, but as we all know, he's struggled personally over the years with his game. I just don't feel like he was emotionally ready when he won some of his major championships.
No, well, you're probably right there, but we'll join Peter Thompson, who's always got something interesting to say. Doogie?
Well, Peter, 5 Open Championships, one of them here at St Andrews in 1955. How much fun was that today?
Well, it was fun, and I'm glad I took part in it. It was really a thrill. It gave us an insight, really, into how fast the course is, and you know, those approach shots, for instance. There's a lot of golf played on the ground here that people don't realise.
Yeah, but how was your golf?
Oh, it's steadily worse, but it really doesn't bother me.
What about the atmosphere with this terrific gallery around?
Marvellous. Yeah, I'm astonished and thrilled that it's a big success.
Yeah. And looking ahead to this week's championship, have you got a particular fancy to win the Open?
Well, I'm hoping an Australian wins, and perhaps the youngest man in the whole field might be the one.
He's a wonderful player. Adam Scott you're talking about, aren't you? All right, Peter, good to see you again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, a name we've been mentioning a lot. Adam Scott, the young Australian, but here's Seve for a birdie at the first. Look out. Oh, look at that vicious swing at the end. Thompson made a good point there about a lot of golf played on the ground, and with the conditions the way they are at the moment, and if the sun stays out and the wind stays up, not too strong, a lot of golf is going to be played on the ground, and we might see an entirely different variety of shots played by these great players.
Now Sam Snead, now Ian Baker-Finch just on the right there. Ian, who suffers a little bit from nerves even in a situation like this. As we look down at Justin Leonard, driving at the 17th. And that is a beautiful shot. There's been an extension to the hotel, but it doesn't intrude at all. In fact, it's enhanced. We're going to have a little opportunity to hear from Mark O'Meara. Dougie Donnelly's with him.
Thanks, Alex. Well, Mark, the scoreboard is saying you were 1 under, but I don't think you agree with that, do you?
No, unfortunately, Dougie, we all bogeyed 17, so the birdie on 18 put us back to even par. But a very special day. A wonderful tribute to the past champions here, a wonderful tribute to the old course here at St Andrews, and really to the fans. I mean, they have made this championship what it is today.
Yeah, I don't know if intimidating is the word, but I tell you what, playing in front of this crowd, you still want to play well, don't you?
You really do. I mean, you play for your pride. You always want to hit good golf shots. We all know that at times, sometimes that doesn't happen. So today was a lot of fun to be able to be paired with Peter Thompson, a 5-time Open champion. Well, what can you say? And can he still play golf? It's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, Sandy Lyle and Mark Conkovecchi, the other two in your group. And there's a bit of banter going on as well, I heard.
Yeah, there is. Sandy's starting to play a little bit better, and Mark's playing all right, and I'm starting to play a little better. But this week, I think, Doogie, everybody's looking for an exciting tournament, and the golf course is in super shape. The fairway's faster than the greens, and you know, if we get a little bit of breeze, it's going to be challenging.
We wish you every success. Well done, Mark.
Thanks, Doogie, so much.
And the drive of Sam Snead skipping over the top, just going into the light rough off the 17th tee. The old pins aren't what they used to be, but it's just so wonderful to have a person who would probably be in many people's list for the athlete of the century. He was here only once, 1946. You remember that?
I looked up, there's a bird singing. I don't know what he was singing, but it was right above me. I said, well, buddy, looks like I'm in.
Sweet Georgia band. Oh yeah, that's one of the. That was the fast one, one of the fastest. Boy, they cut the rust in.
Those were indeed the days.
Well, Peter, he certainly loved to win, as you know, more than anybody. I can remember playing with him right after winning the U.S. Open in '76 in a practice round, and we threw up balls, and he kept making the guys throw up the balls till the balls came down with me as his partner, because we had two other players we knew we could beat. And obviously we went on and won, but Sam would never play a game unless he knew he won on the first tee.
Seve at the second. If you wonder what Sam Snead's buggy's doing on the right, he's playing the 17th, and they sort of nip together. The players driving off the second, they can fire across towards the 17th tee. This is the final group. Trevino, well, he's got one or two white hairs now, as most of us have. A lot of them have as well. Tony Jacklin. Nice to see Tony here. We're going to hear his old club. I think it's Elsham celebrating their centenary this year. They'll remember him from his far-off days as a lad.
From the Valley of Sin at the final hole. John Daly just marking his. You saw his tee shot was virtually on the first tee, and he's played it across to within 3 feet or so, 3-4 feet.
There's a view looking down the 17th hole on the left, and Sam's over on the right where the golf cart is, way down the second fairway. That's all right, but he's got a lot of rough ground to come over from there, and he's got to just wait for the last match to go by. And there may be a bit of cheerful chat here too.
We should have a rule, he can bring it onto our fairway.
And letting him tee up as well. You know, Sam doesn't see, I would say Sam doesn't see all that well, and you might, he gets his caddy to sort of line him up.
I believe his caddy is his son, Jack Snead, who has come over with him.
Yeah,
it sure
right.
is.
Yeah, you're right. Wonder if the old man paid.
No, I think his old man just lets him sell his memorabilia.
What's on the flag? What's on the front? It's right there.
No, it's on
25.
It's 25 on.
Oh, he's through.
Oh, he's through. Yes, he is. Well done, Sam.
John Daly at 18 is for a birdie 3.
Yeah.
Very good. So there, the team there finishes at 1 under par. The team 1 is still leading. That's Weiskopf, Lehman and Lawrie at 2 under.
Check on the leaderboard. Alex was saying the team that were out first, the 3-ball, 2 under, played very nicely. And Charles Price, there's a completed rounds at 1 under par. And par 1 over the final match. Snead, Baker, Finch, Faldo, Leonard 1 over after 2. And there's Faldo at the 17th. Oh, groans, it's toppled over.
Now Gary Player into the breeze at the second. Little metal wood there. You have to come over a large mound, which he has done, and you will see the effect now. That sweeps the ball in towards the flag. That's a very good second shot. Now Lee with a low punch with a long iron. He's one of the best in the world at that, or he used to be.
More right, I think.
Yes, he's correct.
down there
Now
low.
watch what happens.
Low, I don't have any problem doing. That's my shot.
Said that's why he wouldn't go to Augusta. You had to hit him up in the air. He liked his stuff. Hump him along the ground.
Justin Leonard just gently pushing one down towards the 17th green, letting it pitch and chase up. And he's done it, has he? Or is it going into... No, he's missed the road bunker, short of it. That's left him a teaser.
Seve at the second. Well, he's let that one drift away across towards the forward tee on the third. He's had his brother Vicente with him for the last month. He's not hit a golf ball that Vicente hasn't been watching and supervising. And he played pretty well yesterday in practice. He was 4 under par for the round. It'd be rather nice if he was to come back here at St Andrews.
Ian Baker Finch. And a little dabby one, little pitch and run. Using the slopes, needs to turn left and come up the hill. If it does, it's good. Oh, it just needed a little touch more, but that was the idea. Really a beauty.
Well, Peter, we're seeing a golf course that I think is firmer and more bouncy than any Open Championship that I've seen in many years. And Hugh Campbell, chairman of the Championship Committee, I think has done a tremendous job preparing this old links course.
Right there. See on the corner, you see that little roof there?
Oh, yeah. Have to go over your shot.
Yes, I think sometimes it's a bit of luck with Mother Nature when you have courses by the sea.
Whoa.
Now, Beverly Lewis has been out with the old master, Bev.
Oh, it's long. Got a hot one.
Well, Sam Snead just playing that third shot into the 17th. It was wonderful to watch Nick Faldo giving him advice and Snead taking it and discussing, shall I throw it up in the air or shall I chip and run it? And pulled it a little bit, but it really is the most wonderful atmosphere out here. The vast stand behind the 17th, the crowd there really all standing up and cheering. Really, it's absolutely magical.
Well, there's the road bunker, and of course they've redone them all over the last 12 months or so. Years ago, of course, they were much simpler. They made them quite difficult now. You should have seen them years ago.
Some things in life are bad, they can really make you mad. Other things just make you swear and curse. When you're chewing on life's gristle, don't grumble, give a whistle. And this'll help things turn out for the best. And always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the right side of life. Come on, Brian, cheer up. Always look on the bright side of life. things happen at sea, you know.
Always look on the bright side.
I mean, what you got to lose? You know, you come from nothing, you're going back to nothing. What you lost? Nothing.
Look on the right side of life.
Nothing will come from nothing, you know what I say? Cheer up, you old bugger. Come on, give us a grin. There you are. See? It's the end of the film. Incidentally, this record's available in the foyer. Some of us got to live as well, you know.
Well, this has been refaced. I don't blame him.
I believe it's grown a bit deeper, hasn't it, Peter?
It certainly looked a bit sharper than when Tommy Nakajima, that was dear old Tommy, he was in there. He spent the best part of an afternoon in there.
Well, he might have still been there as deep as it is today.
Oh dear, I think we're in for some interesting things over the next 4 days. Now there's the old Musselburgh Scuttle, the Pit and Weem run-up, that was, played by Samuel Jackson. If you're wondering what that is on his shirt, that's a competitor's badge. Every competitor who qualifies gets one of those. It started, I suppose, about 30, 35 years ago. You used to get a little sort of bit of cardboard to say that you were a competitor. Now, handsome badge, sometimes they come up in memorabilia auctions.
Ian Baker-Finch, who played a wonderful little pitch and run shot to the green from a long way out here at the 17th. Has he completed it? Yes, he has. I'll tell you what, that's giving him a lot of pleasure. He had an awful start from the first tee, but a birdie 3 there. Faldo cheating in the bunker. Sam Snead crossing the fairways back and forth, and Baker-Finch does the job with a birdie 3. Justin Leonard, I don't know why he's playing with a collar and tie on. I think he possibly came straight from lunch. He's got his sleeves rolled up, but he's maybe looking the part in history.
Well, that's how they used to play years ago. Bobby Locke never played without a long-sleeve shirt and ties. You don't remember those, Delac. You're too young, boy. Now there's Baker-Finch ripping one up the last hole. Collar and tie, tweed jackets that were almost bulletproof. And that's racing up. Here it comes. What a shot from Ian. That's the best drive as far as nearest to the flag we've seen at the 18th.
Peter, he would still be, if he had confidence and belief in himself, a fine player. You play relaxed golf with him in Australia, he is superb, but the nerves get to him. Not this man so much. He's on his way back. Nick Faldo.
Yes, I'm afraid sport, all sport can be very cruel. Once you lose your nerve. That's coming. Won't make it though.
Come on.
There's the Valley of Sin. Well done, Nick. Now Justin. Even got the Bobby Locke shade of blue sweater on as well. And that took a big bounce and might come round. Oh, it'll just hang up on the edge, I fancy. No, it's coming down.
Well, Peter, Justin living in Texas and growing up there, he loves to play in the wind in these link-style golf courses. It looked last year like he would even have a shot at winning, but not to be.
Well, that's a good chasey drive up there. Now, Sam. There he sends one away, the old fellow. Well done, Sam. Come on over, Granny Clark. Get over, old Granny. Come on. He's hit a cracking drive up the last. Now, is he going to go round or over the bridge? I think I don't know whether the bridge is wide enough to take a buggy. No, well, yes, it would be, but it's not the done thing. Oh, yes, better go that way. No, I'll walk. You drive. I don't trust you over those bridges.
So we go out now?
Oh, he wants a picture on the bridge.
No? What? Yes or no?
With that, we can.
What he's going to do is then we're all going to go.
I was just thinking the other day, I've been privileged to meet or play golf with, well, several champions when I was very young, because my father was a golf professional. I've met Bobby Jones, going back to Walter Hagen, Gene Saracen, Henry Cotton. And this fella. And Hogan when he captained the Ryder Cup team. And this man and everyone since 1947. Really never met a wrong one.
Well, he and the late, great Gene Saracen just proved it's a game for the lifetime, Peter.
Yeah, and as I say, it's not often you can be a lifetime in sport and meet them all and really never be totally unhappy with one of them. I think it's marvellous for the way the game produces people of such temperament. If you're a pain in the neck, you soon get sorted out. That sounds terribly old-fashioned and pompous to say, but I don't mean it to.
Well, and the game is much bigger than just the stars. I mean, just with the great handicap system, a man like Sam Snead at 88 years old could compete with these great young champions.
Another record for the famous old bridge.
To the 17th tee, and Gary Player you have written across the replica of the old sheds, the Old Course Hotel, and you pick which letter O you wish as to how brave you are. You see Trevino looking at it. The O in course. Perfect. Now Tony Jacklin. Seems no time at all since he was starting at Potter's Bar as a young assistant back about 1960. That's a brave line. That's a magnificent tee shot. The further right and you can be. That's nearly a collision. And now Seve. There's the new extension to the building. There's Willie Aitchison, of course, who was Trevino's caddy.
And Roberto's caddy years ago, and he's in the Caddy Hall of Fame now. Now this could end up in room number 78. Or as Mr. Longhurst might have said, what a corker. Light road, good line in though from there. That's all right, Seve.
Right down there on the left. Well, this wheel is coming right across there. Look, I cut that rubber pretty good, and it slung it left. You don't feel it.
So Nick Faldo comes up and into the arms of the crowd, and within the space of 5 years he won this championship on 3 occasions.
Well, we used to dream of this, didn't we, years ago?
Written in the stars, written in the stars, written in the stars.
Here it is.
Wonderful moments. Bits of sadness, though, littered in between. New sort of wave of affection seems to be sweeping the country for Faldo at the moment as we watch the old fella just bumping one up to the final green, short up the hill. Just swing round a little bit. Good shot, Sam.
Out of the Valley of Sin.
Go.
Hasn't hit it quite hard enough. He had the line, but not the strength.
Not so easy getting close, Alex, from 20, 30, 40 yards on some occasion. I don't think modern players, or unless you play this type of golf, have any opportunity of practicing shots like that. And although we've seen the introduction of 3-wood chipping and edge of blading of sand wedges and so on, there's still a lot to be said for the old putter, the old Texas wedge from miles away. He'll do well to get down in 2 from here. Big swing. Right to left, turns very quickly at the end. He's judged the pace quite beautifully from such long range.
Well, Team 5 is at even par, so they're not going to win anything. I think we gathered that when we saw Nick Faldo throwing the ball out of the bunker. He wasn't too worried. I think he's just reveled in this experience, and so too I think Ian Baker Finch. And one of the nicest things for Ian was to stand here and drive it onto this last green in front of all these people. Asking Sam to give him a line. Sam can hardly see him, never mind the hole.
Slightly straight, sir, as an old caddy said to me once. Slightly straight.
At the end, it might go that way. Yours went that way. Yeah.
Well, Ian Baker Finch hasn't given up trying. He's going to have a crack here for a 2. And the leading score at the moment is 2 under. So if he holds this, we would have a tie. And I think their age grip is pretty high. Average age 49.5. Yes, if he holds this, they would win, or I think they might.
Birdie, birdie, though. That's pretty good, Alex. 3-3, brilliant.
Well, that man can still play golf. I can hardly believe the doubt that he has in his own ability. Now, what about Sam now? Is he going to have a... He's had a look at both sides of this one. Fancies it for a 3.
The old side saddle here, the old sidewinder. Watch this now. He still is supple, loose as a goose. Just what? Shut up, you laughing. Tell you what, he can roll him in like this. He didn't quite give it enough. The famous straw hats that have been his trademark for, oh, certainly 50 years. Give him that. He always used to keep about $800 bills tucked in the band there. It was just what he used to call his traveling money. If he ever got lost, we'd never have enough to get him home.
Well, as the legend goes, Peter, back in West Virginia, he used to take his prize winnings and bury it in tin cans in his yard.
No good to lose your memory when you bury a few of those, though, is it? You go and dig up someone else's backyard. And the police come.
Thank you, Michael. That was enjoyable. It would have been nice to make that
Hugh Campbell, chairman of the championship committee, there seeing Sam off to the side of the green. We've had dinners each night, the RNA entertaining various broadcasters from around the world, past champions, all the captain of the club there. On the left, Sir Michael Benalik, presenting this lovely memento of this truly unique and special occasion, fun occasion. Golf, so was sort of by many looked upon as such a fuddy-duddy old game. And well, this has been a joyous occasion on the eve of the championship, which kicks off, oh, not long now, 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. The first ball will be hit. You never know how the days are going to be. It's a little bit of grey, slaty grey clouds, but the forecast isn't bad. But you can see the flags on the top right there. They're pretty stiff, 20 mile an hour at the moment, and when you get out the bottom end there, things can become a little bit tricky.
Tournaments he won putting poorly.
To the 17th green.
Make 2 on the last hole. Come on, Sammy.
Trevino still talking. Old Lee once said that when he played with Sandy Lyle, Sandy said, "I wouldn't know what to say." And Trevino said, "You're not here to talk, you're here to listen." Now then, Seve. This for a 3.
Get in the hole.
Very good putt.
Tony Jacklin with the long putter, so he's still taking things fairly seriously. Seve for his par at the 17th. Well, as they go to the 18th, we're going to join Dougie Donnelly, who's with Sam Snead.
Sam, only 54 years since you were last at St Andrews. How was today's experience?
Oh, that was something. To play with these guys, they hit it a mile. And much further than we hit it back in those days. Ball's livelier. Our clubs are livelier. They're livelier. Now they're in good shape. They can take exercise in their kibbutz morning and evening, and that means an awful lot to stay well and ready to go. A person that's drinking and don't pay much attention to anything else, just go hit a few balls, I'm ready to go. I don't work anymore.
But what about the reaction of the galleries to your visit back here?
Oh, that was wonderful. Never had anything like that. I sure appreciate that.
And also you were doing a little bit of dancing, I hear.
Oh, no, I did a little curve. A couple of goose steps, and that was very nice.
Yes! We're just watching Gary Player coming up 18, and it's wonderful, I think, for everyone here to see so many of the great former Open champions and being here. And